Have you ever thought about the chaos in your life when you're drinking? Because obviously a lot of you will still be in drinking mode, as I was for years and years. Just couldn't stop. But my life was never at peace, you know. It was chaos from the minute I woke up to the minute I collapsed, really, in the end, with too much drink. I mean, it started really with me in my mid-20s when I was working in London. I just got the taste for it, really. And I drank a little bit when I was a teenager. And then when I was in London, it was like, oh, the bright lights of the city, and I got an interesting job down there, met a lot of interesting people. And alcohol was the big thing. Still is nowadays, isn't it, really? What are you doing on Saturday? We'll go for a pint, go to the match, watch football, whatever it is. Alcohol is associated with everything, but it's not looked upon, I don't think, as seriously as other drugs. And alcohol is a drug. Regardless of what people say, I think it's a drug. I know it's a drug. It's mind-altering, isn't it? It kills people, but it's widely available. The chaos, though, it causes in your life, if you just go through your own lives. I mean, I'll go through a little bit of mine, but, you know, I'd like some comments from what you think and how you got there and or why you couldn't control it, because alcohol seems so difficult to get off. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of help out there for alcoholics. I don't know if it's the sheer number or it's just not taken seriously enough. But it kills millions of people a year. But when you get into this chaotic lifestyle, you think you're functioning. You know, you've heard that term, functional alcoholic. I thought I was, but really my level of energy was low. I lived in constant withdrawal for years and years, even when I was working. And you sort of get used to it. And you forget about how good you used to feel when you didn't have much to drink. I never drank any spirits or wine, but I always used to have a few beers. And then you become into this, you just morph into this person who's just constantly after the next drink. You'll function, you'll do your job, and sometimes you just do the bare minimum. I'm just talking about myself here, I'm talking about other people I've spoken to and, you know, been friends with. Some are no longer here because of alcohol, because I couldn't stop. And the life spirals out of control because it starts with feeling a little bit unwell, not being able to get to work, going in sick, not being able to function. And other people around you aren't heavy drinkers will notice you. They'll notice you. I mean, I say you get paranoid with it all. I notice people. I can see who's a big drinker now. I'm sober. I've been sober for years. I can tell who's in the off license. I can tell who's in the supermarket even. I can tell who's people who's walking around the street. I tell people at airports, a bit edgy and all this sort of thing. When you're sober, it's easy to spot the problem drinker. And when you get to the problem drinking level, then you can't organise anything. And it all starts, for me, the way I think about it, the way I tell people is, it's the one mistake you make, you have another drink or going for a drink, leads into a lot of other problems. So you'll start off with this, oh, I'm not going to have another drink. How many times have you told yourself, I'm not going to have a drink today, I'm not going to drink today, I'm going to have a week off? It never happens, does it? So you start off the day, feel a bit hungover, you get a lunchtime, have a bite to eat and feel a little bit better in the afternoon. You're still remembering this in your head, I'm not going to have a drink today. Somebody suggests 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time you finish work, fancy a drink? But I wasn't going to have one. Well, just come for one. No, I'm going to get home. I've got to get home. I've got a few things to do. Bear in mind you're at work the next day, right? So this is a scenario, 6 o'clock, come for one. Oh, I'll just come for one. Nobody ever goes for one drink. Not in my experience. I knew one lad who did, but he was a bit odd, to say the least. However, that's another story. So you go for 1 or 2, then you have another one. Then somebody else comes in the pub, you see. And then you have 3 and 4. And then by then you think, I can't take the car home, I'll have to get the train home or get the bus home or get a taxi home. And you'll have a few more. And somebody else will come in the pub and it's a bit lively, get chatting to people. Before you know where you are, it's 10 o'clock. You're supposed to be home in bed by 9. So you go home, probably pick up a bit of food you don't really want, but you crave for it, you know, a kebab or pizza or some nonsense. You don't have anything healthy to eat. You get back home, maybe have a couple of cans with that. You think, oh, it's only midnight. I've got to sleep for 6 hours. I want a bit of sleep. 1 o'clock, you start into bed. You have another shave. Probably next to you, wake up in a panic. Oh God, the car's at the boozer. I haven't ironed a shirt for tomorrow. I've had a shave. I haven't got myself pulled together. Quickly clean your teeth. Feeling a bit rough. Feeling a bit dishevelled. try and get a taxi. The taxi's late, it's busy, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, it's a school run time. Your whole day's turned upside down. And you're constantly chasing your tail, aren't you? So you get to work, the boss, who maybe isn't a drinker, but not as bad as you are, just looks at you, God, at least he's here. And that's about it. And so you plod on through the day, do the bare minimum just to get you through. And then you sort of this, yeah, I'm not going to have a drink today. And times I did that, if I had £1 for every time I said I'm going to have a drink today, I'd be multi-millionaire. The thought is that I don't have a drink today, I'm not going to have a drink today. Then it gets again at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. There's always somebody, if you work in with busy players, there's a busy work environment, there's always somebody celebrating a birthday, a divorce, a marriage, whatever it is. There's alcohol associated with every occasion. Or it's Thursday, oh, God, only one more day to go. Or it's Monday, oh, start of the week, we'll have a drink. There's always a reason to drink. So again, you've thought, this time I'm not going to have so much to drink. You might have 2 or 3, then drive. Still taking a risk. And then you could get on a Friday, and then you start again. You think, oh, I've got 3 days, 2 days off, 2 to 3 days off, whatever it is. And then you start on the booze again. And then you have maybe a hair of the dog. And then you're not dealing with things properly. You're not paying bills on time. You're borrowing money from the bank to fund your social life, all this sort of thing. Even if you're married, when I was married, I did this, not just single guys or women. And then you've got maybe domestic issues at home because you're not doing what you should do. You're not being a good partner. You're not looking after your wife, your girlfriend, your family properly. And then you sort of become selfish. And your whole world becomes, well, chaos is the best word I can describe it. Now, when you get off the drink, everything seems to settle down, and settles down very quickly. Because for me, it was the mental health side of things more than ever. Physical side in the end, I was really, really seriously ill in 2019. But up to that, I had a lot of anxieties. Just anxious about social events, and I used to have a drink before I went anywhere. I was speaking to a chap the other day, he goes to a fitness class, he has a drink before he goes, just because he feels anxious. But it's all drink related. So his life's upside down. He's younger than me, but he's got problems with his wife, he's got problems with his work, all this sort of thing. His life is in total chaotic nonsense. But when you come off the booze, things will settle down. You'll think more clearly. I think that was a thing that happened to me. I could think more clearly. I could balance things. I could deal with things. Now, nobody's saying that when you're sober you won't have any issues, because we all have problems. Everybody has problems in life. It's impossible to go through life without any problems. And the thing is, when you're drinking, you hide all that away, you push it to the back. A few drinks I'll just forget about for the moment. The next day it's worse, isn't it? Then the anxiety is worse. And then the chaos becomes irreparable, really. You can't get it back. You can't get your life back because you've got into too much debt. Your wife's left you, your husband's left you, there's problems in the family. You may have been arrested for drink drive, you may have lost your job. Because everyone's 3 mortgage payments away from living on the street, aren't they? There's all these sort of stresses and strains come into your life, and you won't be able to deal with things. And that's one of the biggest things for me, I think, when I look back. The chaotic life I led. I'm lucky to be pretty stable now financially, but a lot of my friends, are pretty badly off now in the late 50s, early 60s. Pretty badly off financially and pretty badly off physically and mentally, but they've gone back on the drink. And even when you're off, it's always sitting on your shoulder thinking, you think, oh, wouldn't I like just have one? Don't have that one because it'll take you straight back to chaos. You want stability, you want peace of mind. You want to be able to live your life in a healthy way, and it's much better. Because you're not going to get back the buzz you see when you're 25. You never get that back. That's an old chapter in the new book. And you have to keep moving forward. Because there are other aspects to life, other than the pub, other than drinking. I had fun then. It was all good, wasn't it? We wouldn't have done it if we didn't enjoy it. But my message to you now is, get off the booze, get in contact with me. I've got some one-to-one mentoring sessions available if you're interested in that. If not, I've got a book out as well. There's an ebook out there. It's a really cheap little book, but it's a good reference point. If you benefit from the videos, then please subscribe and share them. And if you've got any questions, then drop me a line. I'll speak to you all soon.